Right now at 10, some answers at UW-Platteville. What investigators are learning today about Monday's shooting in a campus residence hall. And what Congressman Van Orden is pushing for that could impact your future vote. Plus, changes coming for millions and their Social Security. How this affects your public pension.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Ken Kozorowski. New updates on Monday's UW-Platteville shooting that left 2 dead. University officials tonight indicating a murder-suicide. Campus police on Monday found 2 women in Wilgus Hall with gunshot wounds. They are 22-year-old Kelsey Martin of Beloit and 22-year-old Hallie Helms of Baraboo. Martin was flown to UW Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. An initial autopsy says Helms died at the scene by a self-inflicted gunshot. Police don't suspect anyone else is involved, though the investigation continues. Both women had graduated just days earlier. Martin was a psychology major who served as the RA at Wilgus Hall. Helms was pursuing elementary education. Our Emily Brown is in Platteville as a campus community is still reeling.
The tone is somber today on the campus of UW-Platteville. A relatively quiet community was struck by tragedy, and now students are doing their best to move forward.
It's been a heavy couple of days for the students and faculty of UW-Platteville. The deaths of 2 students come as the rest of campus was wrapping up finals, preparing for the summer months ahead, all ready for a bit of relief. Isaiah McLeod, a sophomore, is heading home for the break. He says he's seen a lot are packing up and doing the same.
You look around you, this parking lot, normally you can't find any parking. Same thing with everything else around here. Everybody's trying to get the heck out of Dodge as quick as possible. Not a lot of people want to be here. They'd rather be with their families, especially during a time like this.
Counseling services began today to help students mourn the loss of 22-year-old Kelsey Martin and 22-year-old Hallie Helms. People stopped by Wilgus Hall to lay down flowers. A sad end to the semester, especially for those who just graduated last week.
A little sad because I have a lot of good friends here, and this is a place I've known for the past 4 years, so it's a little disappointing to leave it on this note.
Classes were canceled the rest of the week. Triage counseling services through the university are available through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Now, as the community continues to grieve and wait for answers, those who would like to talk about this are encouraged to call toll-free emotional support hotlines. Those numbers can be found on our website. Both are staffed with mental health professionals. In Platteville, Emily Brown, News 8 Now.
Republican Representative Derek Van Orden wants to get rid of the state's spring elections. It comes after a series of high-profile GOP losses. Here's what Van Orden told one reporter during the state party convention.
Republicans don't vote, period. We just don't vote in spring elections.
How do you change that?
I don't think we should have a spring election.
Now, when asked about that statement from Van Orden, the state party chairman Brian Schimming laughed off the idea. In April, Democratic-backed Susan Crawford beat conservative-backed Brad Schimmel by 10 points in the state Supreme Court election. Billionaire Elon Musk says he is pulling back on funding candidates. Musk-backed groups spent over $21 million on that Supreme Court race here. He supported Republican-backed candidate Schimmel's campaign. Nationally, Musk spent over $290 million to re-elect President Trump and other congressional candidates. The Chippewa County Sheriff's Office is warning residents about a concerning trend of road sign thefts. Several towns across Chippewa County have reported thefts in recent months. The Sheriff's Office urges residents to report missing or stolen signs to local town officials or the Highway Department for county roads. A day full of rain and chilly temperatures on this Tuesday. Is relief on the way, Greg, or is this kind of status quo for a bit?
Well, we got one more day of it too, but yeah, we actually were in the mid-40s. Would have been a record high low temp for the day if not that we were like 51, 52 at midnight, so that'll be the actual high temp for today. But overall, we have light rain that'll be expanding once again tonight, but it's really just going to be light rain, not that moderate rain that we saw earlier today. And rain amounts, those dark purple areas, that's where you're pushing 3 inches. Some reports close to Winona area up over 3 inches. A lot of areas otherwise in that 1.5 to 2.5 inch range right now. Those are your 48-hour rain amounts are basically the last 24 to 36 hours for most of the area. Otherwise, we have some light showers or drizzle continuing to persist across the area, and this is what we're probably going to see for the next several hours until more of this begins to expand and rotate around the low, which is now in northern Illinois. Pretty much, and that's what you would expect. So On and off, as you get up in the morning, that's when the things will begin to expand. So expect a wet morning commute for a lot of areas, but not all. That area will begin to rotate throughout the area. So periods of rain throughout Wednesday. We'll track out the additional rain for Wednesday afternoon and see the dry conditions return for Thursday and Friday. And more importantly, what everyone's hoping for is a dry and at least comfortable Memorial Day weekend.
All right, that sounds pretty positive. Thanks, Greg. Logan Middle School and Logan High School are this year's top-notch Teacher Relief Fund winners. Dahl Automotive honoring the two schools with the funds today, which came from money set aside for every car sale and oil change in the month of April. Dahl Automotive collected area school nominations, and the community ended up voting on both Logan Middle and High School as recipients.
It was just cheers and jubilation, and then to know that our partners across the street, the high school, that also won a check. It just really kind of demonstrated for us that the city really recognizes the North Side as a place that needs and thrives on support. So it was very nice.
Each school received a check of $3,570. Drinks making a difference. The Pints for a Purpose event wrapped up this evening at the Turtle Stack Brewery in La Crosse. All tips and 10% of sales earlier today go to support the Hunger Task Force.
Pints for a Purpose is just a reflection of one of our core values, which is community. So we just wanted to take that a step farther and start establishing better connections with community causes that are helpful.
A budding tradition, this was the third Pints for a Purpose event by the brewery. Local third graders slid into safety today at the Onalaska Omni Center. Students rotating through interactive stations, learning summer survival skills from experts. Everything from water safety to first aid, bike helmets to fire prevention. Kids practicing staying safe during our region's peak injury season.
Traumatic injuries we really see increase in like the 10 to 14-year-old age group, and so third graders are kind of the prime age. They're starting to stay home by themselves potentially over the course of the summer. That's really when we see a lot of injuries for kids is during the summer.
Officials say nearly half of all childhood injuries occur during summer months. Arcadia's entire police department resigned, leaving Trempealeau County's largest city with little help. In a matter of months, the department went from 5 full-time officers to a single interim chief. The city says officers left to pursue new opportunities, leaving the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office to cover their calls.
When you don't see a police officer downtown and you see someone doing 50 miles per hour in a school zone, I just pray nobody gets killed one day.
Coming up tomorrow at 6, a look into how residents and officials have responded to the departures and what the city plans to do next. Still to come, the new changes to Social Security, more on how and when this will affect your public pension. Plus, the latest on the measles outbreak continuing to spread in the United States. After this.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Huge discounts on Hot Springs hot tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Saunas starting at $99 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
Sad news out of Hollywood today. George Wendt, famous for playing Norm Peterson in the iconic sitcom Cheers, has died. A family spokesperson says the actor today died peacefully in his sleep at home. Wendt does have a Wisconsin connection. He graduated from Campion High School in Prairie du Chien. The 76-year-old earned 6 consecutive Emmy nominations for his role on Cheers. Cheers' final episode aired 32 years ago today. Changes are coming for millions and their Social Security. The changes impact retired teachers, firefighters, police, and some federal workers. Specifically, anyone who got a public pension but didn't withhold Social Security tax.
It's not every single one of them, but these folks could see increases of what they say is maybe a few dollars a month to up to $1,000 a month in a benefit change. So this is a real game changer for a lot of those folks who did not actually pay into the Social Security system. Just to know, you don't have to do anything. The government will actually inform you, and you might even just see it in your check coming through.
For anyone who's been getting overpayments, 50% of their benefits will be held until that money is repaid. The FAA has ordered fewer planes departing and arriving at Newark Airport. The order issued today after weeks of delays caused by air traffic controller staffing shortages and runway construction. Effective immediately, only 56 planes will be allowed to take off and land each hour while renovations are underway. When construction is not taking place, arrivals and departures will increase to 68 each hour until October 25th. A jail employee has been arrested for allegedly helping inmates escape from a New Orleans detention facility. 33-year-old Sterling Williams was taken into custody overnight. The state attorney general says Williams, a maintenance worker, turned the water off in the cell where the 10 inmates escaped. One of the inmates allegedly threatened to shank Williams if he did not help. 5 of the inmates have been captured since Friday's escape, 5 still on the run.
We are operating under tight staffing conditions with outdated surveillance system, aging locks, blind spots, limited redundancies, and our current budget prioritizes safety as best we can. We're spending our money on what is a priority right now, but it is simply not enough.
Jail officials say their facility is overcrowded and that new safety measures are being added to handle the number of inmates staying for longer periods of time. President Trump laid out plans for a multi-billion-dollar military defense dome today after spending the morning on Capitol Hill, working to convince lawmakers to pass what he calls his One Big Beautiful Bill. CBS News' Erica Brown has the latest.
For the Golden Dome President Trump unveiled plans Tuesday for a Golden Dome missile defense system to shield America from foreign attacks.
Once fully constructed, the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles even if they are launched from other sides of the world and even if they are launched from space.
The president told reporters in the Oval Office that he hopes to construct the dome before the end of his term. The project is expected to cost $175 billion.
We will protect the homeland from cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles.
Earlier on Tuesday, President Trump made a rare visit to Capitol Hill, meeting with House Republicans in a bid to rally support to pass his massive budget bill.
I think we have unbelievable unity. I think we're going to get everything we want.
The legislation makes permanent the tax cuts passed during his first term and includes a campaign promise to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime pay. It also increases spending on defense and border security. To offset those cuts, there are federal spending cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, and clean energy subsidies, although the president insists Medicaid will mostly remain intact.
The only thing we're cutting is waste, fraud, and abuse. With Medicaid, waste, fraud, and abuse.
The president warned Republicans against opposing the legislation, but his visit failed to sway several holdouts, including lawmakers concerned the spending cuts don't go far enough.
The president called for eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid, and we have not eliminated waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid this bill.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is hopeful the House will vote on the bill before lawmakers depart for the Memorial Day break. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And there have been more than 1,000 reported measles cases in the United States this year. A large multi-state outbreak accounts for a majority of them. Texas has reported at least 869 cases, New Mexico 74, and Oklahoma confirmed 14. Kansas may also be linked to the measles outbreak and reported 56 cases. So far, at least 128 people with measles have been hospitalized this year. We will have more news ahead, but first.
Yes, we're going to eventually see some sunshine, but it's not on Wednesday as more light rain and chilly conditions will continue. We'll break down when the rain will stop, what our temperatures look like for the end of the week, and more importantly, what Memorial Day weekend looks like also. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Memorial Sale Doorbusters, Friday through Monday only at Slumberland Furniture. Get a free recliner with this reclining sofa. Get a gorgeous sectional, just $9.99. Up to 60% off list, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Doorbusters! This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoker. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a Cedric.
Arby's, we have the meat. Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Garden season is here, and Stockman's is ready for you. From vegetable plants and hanging baskets to vibrant flowers, mulch, and soil, we have everything to get your garden growing. Don't miss the fresh shipment of top-quality trees. Get yours before they're gone. While you're here, check out the selection of Husqvarna lawnmowers, metal art, statues, gas and charcoal grills, seed potatoes, onions, grass seed, and so much more. Stop by Stockman's of Osseo, your one-stop shop for everything outdoors, and we'll be looking for you.
Big things are happening in neighborhoods all over Wisconsin where an all-new scratch game from the Wisconsin Lottery is making a splash. It is absolutely amazing. It's $2,000 loaded, a brand new $20 scratch game. It's a number match game with over 1,900 top prizes of $2,000 and over $7 million in total prizes. Now available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Waking up with bed aches? Sealy Posturepedics exclusive precision fit coils respond with targeted support right where you need it most.
Save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Parts of the southern U.S. saw severe storms roll through yesterday, and now residents are assessing the damage. Tornadoes were spotted in Arkansas, an EF2 tornado also seen in Oklahoma, and an EF3 in Kentucky. Power outages impacted over 75,000 customers in those areas, but more than 90% have been restored as of today. No tornadoes in this region, just some consistent rain on this Tuesday, and you might have a rainy commute on your Wednesday morning. Let's get the details from Greg.
Yeah, it definitely looks like we might have more rain for the commutes. Nothing like we saw for Tuesday morning, which was a steady moderate rainfall, even heavy at times too. But the chilly conditions and the light rain will persist, but it won't be all day long Wednesday. There will be dry breaks. Some areas we'll see more, other areas we'll see less. The bigger story with Wednesday is going to be the lighter winds, so it won't be as chilly, but still we'll be just barely into the 50s. Better news for Thursday and Friday, should dry out, so we're looking at temperatures getting back to 60s. Remember, this time of year we should be in the mid 70s, so not average, but we'll have some more sunshine. So all in all, not a bad end to the week after starting off in the 40s and 50s. Really, overnight, it's just going to be this area of light rain, some areas of drizzle. This will continue, but then start to expand a little bit towards the morning, but you'll start seeing this begin to push a little bit. So some commutes will be wet, other areas may not see it. It just depends on how this plays out, but just prepare for some wet conditions. Light rain, not anything heavy. Throughout the day tomorrow, a lot of this area, which looks expansive, really breaks down quite quickly in the afternoon. Temporarily, we will still see some showers throughout the afternoon, and even the evening commute could be a little bit wet as another little area of light rain or even drizzle reversal continues with temperatures, as you note there, getting back into the low 50s. A little bit better as you go further north, actually, with lesser rain. They might get to the mid 50s with a break in cloud cover. Then you see this line persist. Eventually by midnight, all that activity should end. So as you wake up Thursday, you should be dry. We'll start seeing a few breaks in the clouds. We'll see probably more cloud cover in the afternoon, given the instability that'll be out there and all the moisture that we've had in place. Still, overall, we should see some sun Thursday. And then going into Friday, the only issue going into Friday morning might be either a low cloud deck, like low clouds that form in the morning given all the moisture that we have, or fog because the winds will be light, something we'll have to keep an eye going Friday. Otherwise, for rain amounts, also as we get towards the morning, we're looking at rain amounts pretty much staying under 1/4 of an inch for most areas. The only area of concern would be towards Austin, Minneapolis, that area where they're seeing more steadier rain. They may pick up a little bit more than that, but overall 1/4 of an inch probably through about 7 or 8 a.m. For the rest of the day, it's really going to be just probably in that same range of 1/10 to maybe 1/4. Now where these bands set up where you have a little bit more persistent rain, you might get a little bit higher, but really generally very lighter rain amounts compared to what we saw on today too. So that's the better news going forward. Now Thursday night, we should start clearing out. So as you wake up Thursday morning, we'll be back in the 40s, but look at, there's a little bit upper 30s there too. So it's going to get kind of chilly as we go to Thursday, and then more sun allows a lot of areas to get up into the 60s now with light north winds, so better, not where we would like to be. Friday, a little bit better, more sun, but keep an eye for that, as I mentioned, that morning fog or low clouds. That could be an issue too, given all the moisture, but we should still get into the 60s. And then for Memorial Day weekend, it still looks 60s, and then Memorial Day itself, less of a chance of a shower. That chance is fairly light as the system passes to the south, but we're going to be on the cool end, 60s. Maybe get to close to 70 on Monday, but overall not quite to average. Average really comes probably next Tuesday and beyond when we should be in the mid 70s, which looks at this point to be Wednesday. And if you're looking for 80, maybe the following Friday, Saturday, we might get close to that point. So kind of a tale of two halves of May. The first half warm and dry. The second half is going to be cool and wet. But we did need the rain and we got it. So that's the good news going into June.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greg. Coming up next in sports, history in Holmen. The Viking track team with some big goals as regionals approach. Plus, it was a power surge for the crew at home against the Orioles. Highlights from AmFam Field next with Jacob.
The city of Arcadia lost their entire police department to resignation, leaving Trempealeau County's largest city with little help. Wednesday at 6. Why it happened, how they've adapted, and a look into the rebuilding process. Wednesday at 6.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as our main product with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Kick off your summer right with big seasonal savings at Fleet Farm. Kingsford 16-pound 2-packs of charcoal briquettes are just $17.99. Suffolk's braided fishing line is only $7.99 a spool. And get a free $25 gift card with every $100 you spend on select Columbia apparel and footwear. For more of the hottest summer specials at the best prices guaranteed, stop by your local Fleet Farm or check out our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
They've ruined our economy. President Trump is fixing it. Trump's plan, middle-class tax cuts, job-creating tax cuts, tariffs that bring home American jobs, slashing waste, fraud, and abuse, increasing American energy production, bringing down prices. We're already seeing results. The cost of living's coming down. Inflation and gas prices at 4-year lows. Wages are up, and we're creating American jobs. Tell Congress this is a good deal for America. Support President Trump's plan to get our economy back on track.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, it was a big past weekend for the Holman track team. Not only did the girls team defend their Mississippi Valley Conference title, but the boys team won their first ever conference championship, and now they're getting ready for next week's regional meet. The girls team took first place in 9 different events and were runners-up in 5. It came down to the wire as they won by just 5 points. The boys team won 4 different events while taking second place in 8. Not only did they dominate by 23 points, but they made history, bringing the boys program their first conference title.
I thought that was pretty amazing. Everyone matters. Even if you get a low place, if it's points, it will help the team no matter what.
The teams will soon turn their attention to regionals. They've been putting in the work all season long, but now it's all about being confident and finding the right mindset.
If you're in a bad mindset, you aren't ready to race. Your races probably won't go as well as if you were in a good mindset. But when you're in a good mindset and everyone's cheering you up, then you just feel ready to race and you feel like you can do it.
Keeping the confidence level up. I mean, when we're doing handoffs at practice, making sure everybody's in a good mood. When somebody's sad, ask them what's wrong, take them aside, help them out.
The Vikings will race in the regional meet in Sauk Prairie on Tuesday, May 27th. All right, Timberwolves looking to steal game 1 on the road in Western Conference Finals play. Fast start for Minnesota. Julius Randle was rolling early. He will drill that triple from the corner. And then 2 minutes left in the second quarter, it's the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, with a little bit too much space, and he will can the long-distance try. T-Wolves up 4 at the half, but OKC came out firing on all cylinders in the third. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with one of his vintage step-backs to give the Thunder the lead. And with that lead swelling in the fourth, it's the Minnesota kid, Chet Holmgren, with the hammer to extend it to an 11-point difference. Minnesota falls 114-88. In this one, they look to even the series at 1 on Thursday back in Oklahoma City. Brewers looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Third inning, Bryce Terang getting a hold of that pitch, and that is Milwaukee's first home run at AmFam Field since May 7th. Talk about being due. It didn't take long for them to get another. Sal Frelick up in the 4th, hammers it deep to right field. See ya. Longest home run in his big league career, travels 412 feet. And then Rhys Hoskins keeps swinging a red-hot bat in the month of May. He goes the opposite way for a big fly. Another gem tossed by Logan Henderson, who's now won his first 3 MLB starts, and the Brewers win 5-2. In case you missed the news, Matthew Golden will be a Packer for the next 4 seasons with a team option for a 5th, as the rookie speedster will make over $17.5 million in fully guaranteed money, coming with a signing bonus of $9.42 million. Last year with Texas, Golden hauled in 58 catches for 987 yards and 9 touchdowns. The new deal makes him the highest paid Green Bay pass catcher by average annual value. And big news for fans of both football and the Olympics. NFL players will be eligible to compete in flag football at the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. The NFL owners voted to allow the rule change on Tuesday. A 75% majority vote in favor was required to pass the motion. According to the proposal, no more than 1 player from each team can participate in the event. Justin Jefferson is a global flag football ambassador, and he says it's safe to say he's excited for the opportunity that this presents.
I mean, even though it's, 3 years down the line and then they're still planning and who's going to be on the team and all, but, just to think about the chances of, playing in the Olympics and, getting a gold medal is a dream.
And we talked about this a little bit earlier, Ken. Yeah. It's not going to be pretty for whoever the USA faces in the Olympics. I just have a hunch.
Yeah, I think so. It could be the easiest medal the United States of America could ever win.
I don't know who really holds a chance, but we'll see.
Yeah,
that's why they play them, right?
That's right. Jacob, thanks very much. We got more news after this.
You're ready for home improvement. Bathroom, kitchen, windows, doors, and more. The question is who? Begin here. The Board Store Home Improvements. The most experienced sales team in the area. The most experienced installation team. Plan with designers concerned about meeting your wants and needs. Choose from a selection of superior products. Receive a detailed proposal and a firm price. No pressure, no games. Recently voted Best of La Crosse, locally owned and operated. More than you expect for less than you thought. The Board Store.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem. Getting a new Jeep at Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends June 2nd. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $1 off assorted Mobil 1 automotive grease. Save $30 on this 90-piece Milwaukee pack-out bit set. And assorted brake, steering, and suspension parts 15% off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
The results are in for the 2025 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up, shut up. Pivot!
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up.
A rather bizarre meetup is heading to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Friday. Wienermobiles. Yes, all 6 Oscar Mayer vehicles will race on the storied track for the first time ever. They're representing Frankfurters from various regions of the country, from the Southeast's Slaw Dog to the Midwest's Chi Dog. Each will try to make it to the Wiener Circle. You can stream it live on the Fox Sports app. We will have another look at your forecast right after this.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay, only from your local Ford dealer.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Truckloads of hot tubs from major brands like Hot Spring and Caldera Hot Tubs. All discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. 0% financing for up to 60 months. Factory direct patio furniture up to 50% off. Saunas starting at $99 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. SpaExpoLacrosse.com.
Let's go.
Yeah. Seatbelts?
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Those dudes are going nowhere fast. Donald Driver. Buckle up, fellas. If you don't, it can cost you money or worse.
Got that. I told you.
You were right. Click it or kick it. Together, we can save lives.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
All right, good news is a little bit of improvement from yesterday. I'm sorry,
There we go.
excuse me.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, not much. We're back to the 50s. The winds will be lighter. That's the better news. And it won't be a steady, moderate rain like we had this morning, too. Even better, Thursday and Friday, back to the 60s. We should be 70s. And Memorial Day weekend, for the most part, looks dry. That chance on Monday is very slight. We're probably going to be in the mid to upper 60s, which is not average, but it's not the 50s. But it's not probably the 80s that people want either. So there's some positive there, but it's still going to be kind of cold tomorrow.
All right. Well, we're trending in the right direction. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.